Hey, welcome to my journey into another Weight Watchers meal prep. I veered slightly today. I had some leftovers that really need to be eat up, and I didn't want to make new food and have those in there go to the waste. So that's what I worked with for my lunch. Breakfast was a chocolate peanut butter protein baked oatmeal. If you don't have the protein powder, just leave it out. I use it to add a little bit more protein to mine, and I have all this protein powder left from when I had my gastric bypass. I don't use it as much as I did then because I had to drink a lot of shakes. But this is one good way to use some if you have it. And then for lunch, instead of the soup, I have leftover copycat KFC bowls, leftover peas, and I made some okra, some stewed okra. Then for snack, I have a corn salad. And if you'll notice, today I have new prep containers. I got them at Sam's. I had wanted them to be here for last week's, but it took them a little bit longer to get here. But they're so pretty. They're pastel colors, but they're made by Bentgo, Bentgo. And they come in 1 compartment, 2 compartment, or 3 compartment. And it's a box of, it says 90 pieces, so it's got to be 45 containers and 45 lids. And it was marked down to $24.99, I think, but I got them for $19.98. I don't know if the sale's still going or not, but I think they're going to stack better in my refrigerator than always using the round bowls. So that's why I wanted to get them, because I don't have much room in there, especially not right now. So that's what we're making today. Was there anything else I was going to tell you about? I don't think there was nothing else I was going to tell you about. No, I didn't give you a time today because I've just been kind of dragging. And so I've just gone at my own pace, sit down a little bit, cook a little bit, whatever. So no time from start to finish today. So that's it for me. No, that's not it for me. That's it for this part. We'll turn around and get started cooking. We'll start on breakfast, and since the first time I made this, I'm going to make a couple updates that I think will taste better. So I have 2 cups of old-fashioned oatmeal, and instead of vanilla protein powder, I'm going to use chocolate. Because this is a chocolate oatmeal, I just thought maybe that would just give it a little bit more flavor. So just 1 scoop. And this I have left from when I had my surgery. And so it really needs to be used up. And this is a perfect recipe to use at least 1 scoop of it. Then a 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. Let's see, let's do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt first. And then a teaspoon of baking powder. And we will mix this up just to blend it up a little bit. Okay, we will set that aside. And in a, let me see, decent sized bowl, we want 1 egg, and a 1/2 cup of sweetener. I'm using the Trivia Sweet Complete. If you want to use regular sugar, go ahead and use regular sugar. That's fine too. Break that egg up just a little bit. And then I have 2 cups of Fairlife fat-free. I like this because it has more protein in it than regular milk. And so if we're going to make a protein baked oatmeal, we might as well get all the protein we can. So we're going to mix that up pretty good. We want the sweetener to dissolve and get that egg mixed in. And then we need a teaspoon of vanilla. And I just going to eyeball that. And that was probably more, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. So let's just mix this up really good. Okay, let's pour it in here. All that sugar didn't dissolve. And we're going to stir this up really good. Now we're going to bake this in a 9 by 9. I imagine you could use a 8 by 8. It'll just be a little thicker. But I don't imagine it'll make much of a difference. Okay. Now hold on, I need to get a measuring cup that I forgot. Okay, the next thing we need is some no sugar added peanut butter. 1/3 cup. I'm putting it in this bigger container because I'm going to change it a little bit. Last time I just used the no sugar added. I don't care for it, but I get it for recipes. I don't like to just eat it flat out. I like sugar in my peanut butter. So what I'm going to do, let's see, is that about 1/3 cup? We're going to melt this. Well, I was going to put it in there, but I guess I could have measured it differently. We're going to microwave this about 30 seconds. This is where I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to add some of my Truvia Sweet Complete to the peanut butter. Give it a little bit of sweetness. But you want to melt it until it's syrupy. Then we're going to drizzle this. I'm going to try not to get in front of you, but that's not going to be easy. And we're going to just swirl it through. Not going to mix it, just swirl it. We'll go that way, then we'll come back that way. So this will bake at 350 for 30 to 35 minutes. All right, I'm going to cut this open. I'm going to pop this in the freezer just to let it cool off a little bit quicker. Now, we'll go ahead and do our red onion, and I'm going to chop the whole thing and put it in my container for the refrigerator. I think I'll do smaller pieces. And this is my little game changer. I love this thing. Just pop it on there and give it a good Now there is a perfectly chopped red onion, and I only need a half a cup. So the rest will go in my fridge bowl. Corn has cooled off, so we want to give it a little bit of salt and pepper. Then a half a cup of our red onions. Half a cup of fat-free feta. This is the one I'm using. Very low points. Very low points. And then instead of fresh cilantro, because I wasn't going to use the whole thing, I just got this. I think it's called lightly dried. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that in. It is just to taste. Okay, I think that'll do. And then all we have to do is stir this around. We will put this in this little dish here and keep it in the refrigerator. And that's all there is to it. Our oatmeal has cooled off. You need to let it cool about 15 minutes before you plate it up. This is going to make 6 servings. Now I'm going to try to store it family style, because it'll just take up less room in the refrigerator where I think I'm going to have to get another container. I'll be able to get 2 per container. Well, I was recording, I thought, and then when I started putting these peas down, the camera turned off. So, these are my leftover peas. My main dish, hold on, is the leftover copycat KFC bowl. And then, finally, our fresh okra. I let it go a little bit long. See, they split open. But you see, this is what people don't like about it. You see that slime? That's what people don't like, and I like it. I did let them cook a little bit long. But, I mean, I like them because they just fall apart in your mouth. So, look, see, full of the seed pods. Well, I guess you might would call this the whole thing a seed pod, wouldn't you? All right, that is everything. So let's come on back and look and see what we got. Okay, for breakfast we have our chocolate peanut butter protein baked oatmeal, and that is 6 points a serving. That's a nice size serving for 6 points. Then for lunch, we have our leftover copycat KFC bowl. I'm not sure of the points on that because I didn't measure it when I made it for supper. So I'm not really sure. It's not very high, though, because there's not much potatoes in there. 1 or 2 pieces of chicken, and corn is 0, and not enough gravy to count. And then peas are 0, and my okra is 0. And then the corn salad, 4 or 5 servings of it is 0 points. So I'm not going to sit down and eat 4 or 5 servings or 6 servings to equal how many ever points. I'll just take a scoop out. So I'm just going to count that as 0 points. Because that feta is so low in points, that's why. But anyway, this is what we're having this week. I think it looks like a really good week. Okay, that'll do it for me today. I hope if you're prepping something good. And I'll see you back. I plan on having a junk journal video up for you in the morning, so see you then.